today we're getting into a full-blown updated self-care routine. If you remember the New Year reset video, my goal was to expand. I wanted to break out of my comfort zones and make some room for change. And so we implemented healthy habits, there was budgeting, all of that. Basically, purposeful change, which isn't hard to want, honestly. What's hard is keeping the habits, like consistently keeping the habits and the disciplines, especially when you're having a bad week. I just need to protect that field. So I prioritize self-care like I do mental health, like I do my spiritual health. And I really genuinely believe it all comes hand in hand, honestly. Both my thoughts and my actions are getting me closer to being my dream girl, because it's all rooted in self-love and purpose and intention. And this has been a conversation amongst me and a lot of my friends this month. So I'd like to extend those good vibes onto you. I hope you find this video helpful. We're going to do a self-care routine, which I'm super excited of. I know some people aren't really big on like feminine energy, masculine energy, because it's been a lot of the key search words these days on social media especially, and everyone has a mic and everyone has a podcast, and it's kind of just getting really like, but I will say self-care is part of feminine energy, guys. It really brings forth a vibe. As you're seeing me, I just finished a whole full day. I had work in the morning. Work-life balance is also part of this whole thing being so hard sometimes, because you feel so tired that you don't even like have the energy to self-love. I try not to push myself beyond those limits, to be fair, because it's like that energy and the straining of it isn't really good. You know, it's not a productive energy to have when you're forcing your way through things, because it's more like, hey, I might not be able to do the full routine, but I could do this part of self-care for today because I don't have time to do the whole thing. Or let me wait until Sunday to do a whole, you know what I mean? And just putting little bits every single day, making sure you're showing up for yourself. A friend was mentioning that, like, sometimes really, whoever said that rushing isn't feminine, it's not. It's just not a good, it's like, no. So you wanna do this on a day where you wanna do this, right? So you wanna do this on a day when you have time to do this, on a day when you can afford to do it. And so, yeah, I really want to make sure in this video that I mention every part of it, because a lot of people believe and feel like self-care is a luxury and that you need to afford certain things, and that's just a myth. It's a lie. Self-care has been a thing that us girlies have been doing for centuries, and you don't need all that money to get it done. You can do it in so many different ways. So that's what this video is for. I didn't want to talk too much. I really didn't, but as you can tell, this is a subject I am very passionate about. So that's why the ramble. Okay? This is the cleansing oil, and it helps remove all the makeup, and it's from Maenyo. It's a Korean skincare brand, and I've used this for 2 years now, and I don't think I'm ever gonna switch. So this is the cleanser I use day and night. I've used this for 3 years. It's actually at this step that I gua sha. So time to rinse everything off, and then we're doing a face mask. Usually I do the other part of like the skincare, but today we're doing a face mask. is falling, my tripod is falling, my camera is falling. All to show you some Pradi. I think I'm gonna move this one. For the oil, it's not even that hard. I have like, I think this is my 3rd bottle. Like what? And it smells so good. Look at this arm. Look at this arm. This deodorant, I didn't get it here. I got it in Europe, or my sister brought it from Europe. It's clean. It's the only aluminum-free deodorant that I could do right now because the other ones are making me smell like Greek yogurt. And I'm gonna talk about that in the next dump, in this month's dump, because it's really getting really bad. But especially in the summer, it's like really bad. But here is the one that I love. Don't know where to find it here though. Can't find it. It smells like really good. It smells really, really, really good. Putting this on, it's the only thing I want to smell like in bed. The ultimate bedtime scent. It just smells like water, clean water, baby, hospital, just spa, almost so clean. Coconut Sun by the 7 Virtues for that summer vibe. I'm gonna spray it first with Super Milk by Lush. Love this stuff, so good. The scalp I'm going in with, thank God it's natural. This has black castor oil, biotin. It's the Miracle Repair line. Mamacita. I'm referring to my notes of my New Year's resolution journaling. I wanted to talk a little bit about self-care and how you can navigate it easier, because I've had some problems, or I've encountered some like frustrations towards these routines and habits. It's going to be easier for you to do something because you care versus when you feel like you're commanded into doing it. So one of the main contributors to it feeling like a chore is opening YouTube and seeing like 30 self-care videos, going on TikTok and seeing a bunch of different routines here and there. It might make you feel a little bit delayed, off track, or not as disciplined, consistent, etc. But the point is, you're supposed to adjust these routines to your pace. Whenever you're moving at the wrong pace, that's when you're gonna get these frustrations, and that's when things are gonna start feeling like force. We're more in tune with our paces, and we all have different paces, we all have different cycles, we all have different everything. So whenever you're trying to move at someone else's pace, that could be a reason why you feel so discouraged, which also adds to another point. Sometimes you might be feeling like you're attaching your outcomes and how good you get things done to who you are as a person, your self-image, your self-reflection, your identity. That's not good. If I wake up one morning and I check and I didn't hit the right numbers, or I check and I didn't get a specific thing, it's like my morning starts a little bit more foggy, because I have a tendency of attaching it to who I am, what that means for me. Are you successful? Are you a loser? Are you a loser? And that's really like, so same thing with self-care. If I don't do all of these things that I've laid out for myself to do, then I start feeling like, well, you're a bum. But the problem is, I wasn't supposed to list all of these things. So this goes back into making sure you're finding the right things for you at your pace that fit your routine and your lifestyle, instead of forcing everyone else's routines that you're watching into your life. It's gonna get messy. Going back to what I said in the beginning, for you to be able to do these with ease, you're gonna have to care. One of the ways you can care about these things and place them as a priority in your life, in your monthly routine and your weekly routine, is to learn about what it is you're actually doing. Are you doing it because you've seen everyone else do it and they have a specific glow that has come from that? Or are you doing it because there's a use that you have found in these routines for yourself? One of the ways that I have kind of grown a love for self-care is understanding that the myth that I need wealth and luxuries and money to accomplish certain self-care habits and to take care of myself in these ways is a lie. Lie detector detected that was a lie, because I had to go back. I went back into history. Before I continue on with the list of cultures, I just wanted to say, I want to emphasize this because I can see how it could happen that you have all these ideas. It's good to pause and understand that if you adapt into your life every single routine from every single culture that you find inspirational, you are going to lose this. You're going to lose this really heavily. You're going to fail because it's unrealistic and it's not aligned and it's not with the purpose other than thinking that more equals better, when really it's not that. So if you look at self-care in the beauty world, I found a lot of mention of beauty in Egyptian cultures, North African cultures. They were really big on purification and they did those through baths. They were heavy on beauty and they loved skincare because it was tied to youthfulness. And these are things that they were able to do with natural resources. Another example would be Indian cultures. If you look at an Indian wedding, the prep that goes into an Indian wedding for the bride, so we're really speaking more on the feminine side of things. They're really big on wellness, making sure to put the bride in the right mood, adorn her. They adorn the brides like from head to toe. You're gonna have henna, you're gonna have a lot of bracelets, necklaces, the dress, everything is just like a uplifting. Does that make sense? Chinese traditions are really big on lymphatic drainage. Also, they put us onto rice water heavily. Another culture that's big on rituals and making sure everything has a step by step and having a whole routine out of just one simple task. Japanese culture. Take it with a grain of salt. It's not necessarily that these have to be applied to your life and that you have to hop into these different pockets of other people's cultures. And this is solely for inspiration and to understand that you need to break this mirage in your head that these things only come because someone has a certain brand deal, amount of money. There was a lot that I learned from the Slavic and Nordic cultures because they're really big on a detox. And these people are like, they're strong-built warrior, okay? And lastly, to keep this short, if you want to know more on wellness and holistic natural remedies, Indigenous and West Africans, I've learned so much from both of these cultures. And I'm West African, so obviously I was really happy to see a lot of things that were coming from my lineage, but I really learned a lot. The reason why I brought up all of these different cultures and these worlds is because I want to stop this idea and myth that self-care is a product that you have to buy, or that self-care is something that you have to work this hard on. The point of me mentioning all of these is so that you can go to certain areas for research on specific things and also be encouraged to go back in time and learn how easy and how natural these things came to us and how they all had a purpose and they all had like a reason. Other than just you washing your face because you don't want pimples, you're going to be washing your face because you could also do a face massage and that could also drain something. You know what I mean? Do these routines in the future with such a different mindset and an energy towards it, because it feels way more intentional than just, I don't want acne. I wanted to talk about self-care in other areas and non-traditional areas. For one thing, being picky about what you let in, okay? Being picky about what you let into your space, your life, the colors you want to wear, the clothes you want to wear, the fabrics, the bedding, everything. You could just be as picky as you want because it's for you. And I think that being picky is one of the ways you can train your mind into your yeses and your nos, and into your priorities and what's not your priority. So for example, I wore blue with these, this is what I'm wearing right now. I have this like brown, it's like dye wash, and it's cotton. I'm showing you because as I'm wearing this, I feel confident, I feel comfortable because I like the colors that I put on, even if I'm just putting on sports bra and sweats, okay? I'm not wearing a gown. Just wanted to say that. I feel happy, I still feel comfortable. This is something that's in my closet that I like, that I picked out. Love this color, I love this color, I love this fabric. About things that you don't like, that don't fit you, or that are uncomfortable, okay? That's a form of self-care. So I wanted to throw that in, like one form of self-care that's outside of like the skincare, body care, shower, all of that. Can't wait to talk more on this and how I've experienced this, because this is going to cover a lot more ground on the circle of self-care. This is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to see you the next video. And if anything was helpful, just let me know. You could like, you could comment. Next week we're doing our June Dumpski, guys. Let me know if you think I should bake this or this for that dump. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next